Hello, Timothy.
Miss Wilson, how are you? I think it's been 8 years since we did this thing. How do you remember this whole thing starting? We went from one day not having Creek Show to having it.
I think it was maybe just a year or two into them actually doing this. This was before they had people apply. Ingrid just reached out to us and asked if we were interested in doing it. I think that she saw something within us both. She sort of latched on to the possibility of us doing something great together.
I remember hanging out over there and just trying to figure out what we wanted to put there in the first place.
No one had really taken on that location because it was dirty and it was deep. No one had ever really dared to submerge anything or put anything in that spot because there really wasn't any embankment there.
So I guess we were drawn to it for similar reasons. It was just like, yeah, this if we're gonna go for it, let's go for it. Let's do something that no one's done yet and see what happens.
I think we both like taking the path less traveled.
Like the idea just kind of emerged pretty quickly. We got together and the circle just kind of happened. How do we make a circle stand up in a dirty
Right.
creek?
We sat at Easy Tiger and we sat right next to the creek and we had a couple beers and we just sort of immersed ourselves into that space. And I think it was that ultimate question of what wants to be here?
Yeah.
What is it asking for? And then it was the oh shit moment of how are we going to execute this?
The biggest oh shit for me was who do we get to help us? And that's where you just pulled out an amazing team of players that said yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible convergence of a lot of really wonderful, passionate people that took on this project.
The Creek Show was the who's who of Austin design.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely the big leagues.
What did you glean from that process that you kind of carry with you still?
I think that this was an example of this was about architecture. It was not about architecture. It was about so many other things. It was about working together as a team. It was about trust. It was about relationships. It was about passion.
That's what it
Yeah,
came
oh my
down to.
gosh. And they were installing it and it was pouring down rain and we were in the creek. Yeah, that creek was gnarly. There were like needles and bras and oh God.
And I remember during the installation, none of it was sanctioned. In fact, Drop House got shut down by a code official that would just happen to be driving by. They were cool enough to be like, oh yeah, our bad. They waited for them to leave and they went right back to work.